If I use the punch clock, you're gonna be paying me over a quarter more than you're already paying me. I, 31M, started working for my uncle 2 years ago. He has a company with some business partners of his. My work is now being directly under him, learning every perk of running the business and also being a personal assistant to him. We settled on a contract in which I'd receive a fixed monthly amount with a bonus of an additional salary by the end of every year. While I had no overtime pay, I had total control of my work schedule, and by total I meant total, where I could come to the job just 3 days a week as long as I delivered results. My uncle knew my work ethic, so it was kind of a win for him, since when needed I'd work 60 to 65 hours a week if needed to. I could also work during a holiday and was available on call nearly 24/7 if anyone needed anything from me related to work. Work was running great until September last year, when my uncle took a couple days to travel to another state to meet new clients, and one of his associates, who I'll call Ken, took his role in the company for those days to support some of his roles. Due to having worked a 14-hour shift the day before the travel, and also having 2 12-hour shifts the week before, I was dead tired, and since we had little to no work piled up, I took an early leave the first day he was there and arrived way after lunch the day after, then started working normally from the third day until he came back a week later. He was furious at my attitude, berating my uncle for even contracting me in the first place, since I don't even work full regular hours, and demand among the other business partners that I at least punch in my working hours, and if I don't meet the quota, those would be deducted from my monthly payment. There's a ton of labor laws where I live. Employees have a certain amount of hours required to work each month. Every hour short of that is deducted from the monthly payment, and every hour beyond is paid as overtime. The other partners backed up Ken's claim, stating that I needed more supervision on what I was doing, which my uncle was forced to comply. His only remark was, since we're doing by law, it means that we also will pay him overtime according to the law, right? They all agreed, and from October forward I would start punching my hours on the job every day. That was exactly what I did. Ken was expecting a decrease in my pay due to being in the company at my least busy week since I arrived, when in fact I usually pull a crapload of overtime. Also, if they need to call me after I left, they have to punch in the hours from the moment I left until I finish the call, resulting in free overtime pay. One more thing, by the law the rate of overtime pay increases the more overtime is done in a month. Is a really weird formula, but to simplify, my average overtime hours pays 1/3 higher than the average overtime hours of other employees that have the same monthly salary as me. My monthly income is now 30% higher due to the overtime I started receiving, and in a busy month that could get even close to 50% higher, even though I am actually working a little less than before, and Ken can't go back in the same situation as before, since my uncle made sure that once I started punching my hours there was no going back, and made absolutely sure all partners approved.